Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie Beglow, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan, coming to you during party month, woohoo, from Farmington Hills, Michigan, and this is a recorded video, I think I said that, and I wanted to remind you guys that this was supposed to be party week, but due to COVID, it is now party month, so I wanted to share just a fun idea with you guys today using the awesome Sweet Cherries Bundle. It comes with this adorable stamp set and this punch that punches out the cherries. So I am going to start. I've pre-punched the little cherry pieces, and you're going to see why there's a fun way to put that together in just a minute. But first I'm going to start with the base. This is cut 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And I am going to place this underneath. Pardon me while I set it underneath our awesome new in color grid paper. It's so pretty. I almost hate to know that I'm about to get it dirty. So I've already put the stamps that I'm going to use on my blocks. I'm going to be using this awesome hash that kind of looks like a basket weave. We're not going to do that with it. Of course, I'm going to use the whole cherry, the leaf, and the stem. Sweet, and thanks for being so. So those are the stamps I'm going to use. I'm going to start with the little basket weave. And I'm just going to go along the bottom here, right like that. And it's really kind of, if you'll pardon my head, it's pretty easy to line these up so that it looks like one continuous stamp. Oh, oops. So I'm going to flip it over. If I'd have done this with the Stamparatus, I could have fixed that much easier, right? And I will be using the Stamparatus later, but I already have it set up, so I didn't want to unset it to do this as well. That's better. Thank goodness for two-sided paper, right? All right, then I'm going to use the same color, and I'm going to stamp the thanks for being so up here in the corner, kind of crooked. And I'm going to set that aside. And then this is, by the way, the new, what's it called? I'm terrible at remembering. Peacock Party. It's one of the new in colors. And I'm also using Sweet Sorbet, which is a new in color also. That happens to be the color that's on this sheet, is the Sweet Sorbet. And the word sweet, as you can see, I have been using it. I'm also going to stamp that crooked and off a little bit, like so. Thanks for being so sweet. Love, love, love. And I love these two colors together. I just think they look so pretty. I don't know why I'm closing that, because I'm going to need it again. Okay, I'm going to move those out of the way. And I am going to mat this on a piece of the Parakeet Party cardstock. That piece is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4, a typical mat size. There we go, like so. And then I am going to use some of the in color Baker's Twine. It comes with 5 new in colors. And I am going to grab both ends, and I'm going to put them on the card. Now, whenever I'm doing ribbon, I like to have a stronger adhesive on the back. I love our liquid glue. Oh, it looks like I'm running out. Darn. Okay. Well, hopefully that's in the right spot. I'll go ahead and use liquid glue and hope it's good enough to hold the ribbon that I want it to hold. Okay. So, I should fold. Here's my cardstock. This is in the Sweet Sorbet, which matches the ink colors that I use. Now, I did score this in advance, but I swear sometimes I think I do better just folding it automatically than I do when I score it. Do you guys find that too? It's like I'm not catching it right or something. I don't know. It's probably pilot error. As I have stated many times, I am not the perfect Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So I want to have that. I do have a piece of Whisper White to go on the inside, which I'll add later. Okay, so I am going to grab these two Baker's Twine, which is the Parakeet Party and the Summer or Sweet Sorbet. And I want to set them into the adhesive. But I want it to go right across the edge there. I think I'm going to flip these around so that the red, the Sweet Sorbet, is closest to those hash marks. Personal preference thing, you can do whatever you want. You can twist them around if you want. And then go here and flip it around. Now that's going into the liquid. So that always worries me a little bit more than when it sticks to the, see, because it takes a minute for the liquid to dry. But I don't want to wait to, I don't want to refill my thing on video, even though this is recorded, and I could have paused it. This will work just fine. So I'm going to set that now on there. And it will hold once that liquid glue dries. It will be totally fine. So far, really, really cute, right? Okay, so I have pre-tied a bow. And I think I've lost it in this. But it is here somewhere, and I'm sure I'll find it. Oh my golly, every time. It's here somewhere. But anyway, I do have a pre-tied bow somewhere. That's going to really bug me. Okay, so as I was saying, I am going to move this now because I'm going to be using my Stamparatus. So let me move that out of the way. See if my bow falls somewhere. I don't see it. All right. So remember I told you I punched these out already out of some basic white. And I already set this up, but I want you guys to see how it's lined up. I punched out a negative piece. And what I did was I took the pieces and I laid them in the spot. You can even see where on this one, I didn't have it laying quite in the right spot at first. So that's why I didn't want to take them off, because this is a little tricky and you may need to play with it a little bit. So that is why I did that. So now what you do then is you take your pieces, and we may as well start with the green pieces, and you set them into the negative space that you have punched out. This way, you're not going to be wasting as much, and you can do a bunch of them at once, and just keep your template, in with your stamp set. Now, the only thing that's going to be an issue is if you want to flip, because you can have your cherry stem go the other way. You'll just have to flip your template over, and then, of course, realign your stamp. So both of those are setting in place, or just about. There's always fun when I'm doing a video. There's always an issue, right? So there we go. It's in place, I think. So I'm going to ink that up and then close that. And I'm going to use my, everybody keeps asking, no, Stampin' Up! Does not sell this. It is a, it's a cookie press, and then this is the fabric-y stuff from a dry erase eraser. So as you can see now, I have the stem and the leaf right where I want it. So now I just need to do the cherry. And I'm going to do that in the Sweet Sorbet. Now, one thing I have found with this cherry is I like to make it a little bit darker. So it's pretty dark, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit to this one side and just really press and try to make it a pretty dark cherry. There we go. And, oh, gosh, this would help, right? I wondered why it looked so unusual. Even when I do taped videos, you guys, I don't bother correcting my mistakes. Why? Because I am just like you. I make mistakes. And it happens to all of us, right? We all make mistakes. Now it stuck to that, so I'm not going to go ahead and do it again, but that's okay. So you can see now I have the cherry and this leaf and the stem, and I'm all set. Now I actually made another one because I wanted two, but I didn't think you needed to watch me make two of them. The one thing I am going to tell you is when you store your Stamparatus, you want to take these off. I mean, temporarily, that's okay while I get ready to clean it. But normally, you want to take those off and put it away so you keep your hinges nice and tight. Okay, so now I have my other cherry and some other leaves. And I sure wish I knew what I did with my pretty bow that I pre-tied so I wouldn't have to tie one on in front of you guys. I don't know. So we'll skip that and I'll show you a finished one in just a minute. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to put this together. I'm going to use my awesome liquid adhesive. Now, if you want, you can take and sponge this white off, or even I'll do it for this one. You can even trim it. Generally, I don't really care about that stuff. I mean, people figure out it's handmade, right? So you can trim it or color that edge of it if you wanted to. So you'll see on my other one, I did not trim it, but just a little bit on there. And then you can set it right there. And you can see I didn't do it on the other one. So, and that's fine. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals on the cherry here. But I am going to put some of the liquid glue on at the top part of the stem. Now that's a lot, so I'm going to grab some for this one, just so I have it on there. And I'm going to set this one here like so. I'm going to press down because it is on top of the ribbon. And then I will do the same thing here. Put some dimensionals there. And I'm going to put this one kind of on top. So I better move this dimensional over just a bit. And I'm going to put a little adhesive right there because it's going to go over the top of that one like so. I'm going to take a couple of the leaves and I'm going to stick one so it's slightly under there, coming off of that stem, and then grab another one. And you can use dimensionals on these if you want. I'm just fine with them being a little bit lower. And there we go. And imagine an adorable bow right there. It's so cute. When I find it, I will put it on. I put it on with glue dots. But let me show you. Here is another one I finished. This is the first one I did, and you can see how cute the bow is, right? And I tied the bow with both ribbons. I just put them together and tied it. And also the other thing that I did on this one, I don't know if you can see it, but I did add some Wink of Stella. Now for Wink of Stella, I don't know if you guys know, but when you get it, it has a black band in it, and then there's buttons that say push. So when you push that, it'll add some Wink of Stella into the edge. You don't want to continuously push it because then you get a giant glob, and nobody likes that. Nobody. So I'm just going to very lightly go over, and you can see it's pulling some of the color into those white spots. If you don't want that, then, just carefully skip over that. But I was okay with it. I thought it looked about right, just to be a little bit lighter pink there than on the other ones. And yes, I should have done this before I put them together, but I forgot, okay? I did. I just forgot. So there you go, a little bit of Wink of Stella, and then when I find the bow, it's going to go on there just like this one. So it's the exact same card. I just flipped the base of the card and the mat to be the different colors. So I hope you guys like it. I hope that you will follow me here on facebook.com/MemoryINKers. You can shop my Stampin' Up! Website at MemoryINKers.com. You can email me at MemoryINKers@gmail.com. If you do place an order, especially in the month of May, use this hostess code E667ARFD. That's really important because this is our party month. And there will be prizes all month. Well, what's left of the month. And there will be a party class that's coming up. And I hope you guys will follow me, like I said, and shop with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.